In this video today, I want to talk about taxes in retirement, and we're going to look at just how much taxes can go down in retirement on average. And then we'll kind of take a hypothetical example to show just how these changes are going to work and how significant it could potentially be for you. My name is Scott Caulfield. I'm a CPA and a CFA charter holder and the founder of Sophos Wealth Management. So first of all, if we look at some of the average data, so this comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's based on 2022 numbers. So the average household over 65 pays 1/3 in taxes what the average American household does. So huge savings for those over 65. And that's just kind of thanks to the way a lot of kind of income in retirement is taxed. Now, if we actually look at the specific numbers, so for all ages, the average tax burden is $10,809. So a little under $11,000. For households over 65, that number is much lower, a little under $3,500. So as a percent of your overall spending, that goes from 15% all the way down to 6% for those over 65 households. So very significant change there. How do we get there? How does this change happen? I mean, it is important to kind of know one piece of that is the fact that income is typically a little bit lower in retirement. So yeah, that's going to explain some portion of it, but not nearly all of it. So we'll look at an example I put together showing you how your income in retirement is going to be taxed. So in my hypothetical example, we're going to use a married couple. They're already over the age of 65. We'll pretend they were over age 65 in 2023 and were still working. They retired at the end of the year, and the only income they got in 24 was either from their pensions or Social Security. So in 2023, we're going to say they had adjusted gross income of $100,000. In 2024, we're going to pretend they had $60,000 in Social Security, that they had a $15,000 IRA withdrawal, and that the rest of their spending needs were covered from either savings accounts or from Roths and non-taxable sources. So how does the tax burden break down for this couple? In 2023, with that $100,000 adjusted gross income, a standard deduction, they'd have taxable income just under $70,000. That would lead them to a tax bill of about $7,800, almost $7,900. 2024, their tax bill would be a big fat zero. How does that work? When you look at their Social Security, how much is going to be taxable? So you take, it's a pretty complicated formula sometimes. In their case, of their $60,000 of Social Security, because they have so little other taxable income, only $6,850 of their Social Security is taxable. So of the $60,000, I mean, we're talking about a little more than 10% of that is even taxable. Now, depending on how much income you have, your Social Security could be taxed up to 85%, but that's still a nice reduction from W-2 and other kind of income. So with the only $6,850 being taxable, and then you add in the $15,000 of that IRA withdrawal, this couple has total adjusted gross income a little under $22,000. Well, that's below their standard deduction. They're going to pay zero in federal income taxes. So in this little hypothetical example, there's just a massive difference. For more highly compensated people where you've got, let's say, $50,000 of IRA withdrawals and another $10,000, $20,000 of interest and dividends that are taxable, well, then you'll be talking about more like 85% of the Social Security truly being taxable. Now, that is going to kind of increase your tax burden, but it would still be much less than if it was all W-2 wages, especially because some of those dividends can be qualified dividends, receiving those preferential rates for retirees. A lot of that other capital gains and other taxable income, again, it's going to be at preferable rates. So a lot of your income in retirement kind of receives more preferential treatment. So it's a huge benefit to retirees that their tax burden is often much lower. Really helps kind of fund those after-tax lifestyles that people have. So I encourage you to visit my website if you want to kind of learn more about Social Security, retirement, or any other topics, or about me and my services. Appreciate you tuning in today. Love it if you'd like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot.